Yo, what's going on? What's happening? I'm going to kick it to you like this. Before there was an internet, right? Before there was an internet, and social media such as your YouTube, your Instagram, your TikTok, your Vine, your World Star, before that existed, we had talk shows in the 90s. There were a lot of talk shows in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? A lot of popular talk shows, that is. You know, you had the Ricky Lake Show, you had Geraldo, you had Donahue, I think was in the 80s, if I'm not mistaken. You had Oprah Winfrey. You had Maury Parvich Show, and the lie detector test determined that you weren't the father. And then, last but not least, which was the biggest, the Jerry Springer Show. Now, for those that are not familiar with the Jerry Springer Show, it was a show where, you know, people voluntarily went on the show and talked about whatever they talked about, whatever they were going through, whatever, you know, spousal differences and marriages and incest and adultery and all of that stuff. Prostitution, all of that stuff. Men sleeping with men, women sleeping with women, just some of everything. You can catch that on the Jerry Springer Show every night. I think it came on at, if I'm not mistaken, like 5 o'clock or something like that. The reason why I know is because, guess what? While you all were out there, you know what I'm saying, looking at Jerry Springer, I was the bootleg man. So while you were looking at the show, I was busy selling the Jerry Springer Show tapes. And he came out with a movie too. This guy was big. Big. So if anyone would have asked me, did Jerry Springer do any good, or was he any benefit towards the black community? The answer would be no. Hell, he wasn't no damn asset. He was more like a liability. Matter of fact, the rightful title that he should hold in the black community is an instigator, because that's all he used to do, was instigate people to fight on his show. And it just bugs me out. It just bugs me out that black people willingly participated in his garbage, not knowing, this is the problem with black people, not knowing that they were being tricked and deceived. Real talk. And that the only way that Jerry Springer was able to get over on you is he did something simple, as any non-black would do to the average black person that's desperate. He capitalized off your desperation. The problem with black people is there's no limit to what we would do for money. Real talk. Real talk. I never understood how I used to go around in the communities and they used to praise this man. I never understood it. I never understood it to save my life. And true indeed, I will admit it. I was part of the problem because guess what? I sold the Jerry Springer movies, the shows and all of that. All of the episodes I sold it. I was able to pay my rent, pay my bills and all of that at that point in time. Yes, I was able to make money off of our ignorance. And when you do that in the black community, please, you'd be a millionaire. When I was selling those Jerry Springer movies, man, I couldn't keep them. I had women saying, I know that this is my pamper money for my baby, but I gotta get this episode. And I know you may say, That is a bad mom. But I was just as bad as her because I sold it to her. Yo, we got to understand one thing. That we have a state in our own ignorance. That the only way that Jerry Springer, as well as others, are able to exploit us is that we have to be willing participants. And that we are. When I saw it on the internet that this man passed away, Jerry Springer that is, and that there were black people that were actually like R.I.P., we're gonna miss him, legend, the GOAT, this and that. I'm like, yo, y'all got mental problems. Y'all got mental problems. This man did absolutely nothing for you. Nothing. And you're praising him? Matter of fact, he brought a problem into our community that didn't even exist. Real talk. Because that's one thing our race don't play. And you know it. That's black. You know it. Our mom's been telling us for the longest. When we go out here in public, you better not say nothing. And you better act like you got some sense. Straight up. So the minute we get in front of a camera, we start acting like a buffoon. Real talk. The reason why I'm constantly on the blacks' asses on my channel is because we know better. And when you know better, what? You do better. Why is it that we're not doing better? Because I can tell you we know better. We know better. We do. Stop blaming things on the white man. We are participants in our own ignorance. This is a 50-50 deal. Straight up. Now, are we able to capitalize off our ignorance? No. But we do participate in it, which makes no sense. Black people, when are we gonna control or run an industry and be able to make money off of it? Because you can say we damn near run the entertainment industry. Everybody wants to play like us. You know, they want to dribble the ball like us. They want to throw the ball, catch the ball like us, score touchdowns like us. They want to rap like us. They want to sing like us. They want to dance like us. Straight up. When are we going to control something? When are we going to own any type of industry? We run the industry, the entertainment industry, but then again, we don't run it because we don't own it. Our kids are signing 360 deals as we speak. We don't own, when we sign these deals to these non-blacks, we sign over everything. We sign our image, our likeness, our words, the lyrics to our songs, our names, the names to our groups, or to a single artist. We give it all to them. I'm just trying to understand. Make me understand this, black people. How do you expect for someone that's non-black to respect you when the non-black is from the outside looking in? And while they're from the outside looking in, they're looking at us and seeing how we treat one another. And while they're looking at us treat one another like shit, what makes you think that they're going to turn around and treat us with respect when we don't even respect ourselves? I'm just trying to understand that. Real talk. I'm just trying to understand it. It's one thing to have a show where black people are acting a fool. They fighting each other, you know what I'm saying? They spitting on each other, wigs, weaves are being pulled and all of that stuff. It's one thing for all of that fuckery to go on, and it's black owned. I can understand. I'm not saying that I agree with it. I can understand it though. If we were making money off of our own ignorance, if we owned our ignorance, which is crazy to me. Wow. We don't even own our own ignorance. But if we did, I can see that. I can see that. I can see if we owned our ignorance and we made money off of it, it would make sense. Literally, like double entendre, it would make sense. We don't own it. And if they give us anything for entertaining them, it's nothing but little chips and crumbs off the table. So I'm just trying to understand. Man, it's no wonder why races are on top and we're at the bottom. Why? Because we don't have any type of codes. We just don't. We don't have any type of morals and respect and principles for one another. You know what I'm saying? And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I know y'all gonna say, put in the comment section of this video, you know, how y'all don't like me saying what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna say it. It's embarrassing to be black, man. And I continue to say this, you know what I'm saying? And maybe I need to just draw up a petition. I want to separate myself from people that think that the Jerry Springer Show was an asset towards our community. No, Jerry Springer was a culture vulture. He was one of the first ones. You want to talk about Vlad TV and No Jumper and the likes? Well, he is the godfather of culture vultures. He was the first one, numero uno. Straight up. When are we going to start having shows for ourselves? When are we going to start creating shows for ourselves? I'm talking about real, wholesome shows. Or shall I say, programs. Because that's what they call them. TV shows, they call them programs. And they call them programs for a reason. And that's exactly what Jerry Springer was doing to your mind. To the people that were looking, that still continue to look at his show. That's what they're doing. They're programming your mind when you look at that shit. And when you continue to look at the ratchetness, when you continue to look at the disrespectful behavior that they show on Jerry Springer, eventually you're going to think that that's normal. Eventually you're going to think that, you know what, that ratchet, disrespectful behavior that I see on the Jerry Springer Show is normal. Real talk. So, straight up, you know, I'm not trying to be no conspiracy theorist, excuse me. I'm not trying to say that, you know what I'm saying, the boogeyman is out there to get me or the Illuminati and all the rest of that. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is just pay a little attention to what you're looking at, to what you're listening to. Real talk. And if it's not beneficial towards your life, you should cut it off. No matter what it is and no matter who. It's that plain and simple. The Jerry Springer Show was poisonous to our community. Real talk. When I was out there selling those bootleg Jerry Springer tapes, I might as well have been selling crack. I might as well have been the drug dealer. I might as well have been right beside the drug dealer. Because just like he was selling poison to the community, I was too. That plain and simple. Jerry Springer was not an asset to our community. And ain't no may he rest in peace. I don't care about Jerry Springer. Just as well as I don't care about the rest of these racist ass non-blacks that want to capitalize off of black people instead of just using your own natural talent. Why can't you make your own money? Why do you have to, you know what I'm saying, get a bunch of, according to you all, degenerates to make money for you? This is crazy. This is crazy. So, I swear this is my word, then I'm done. So this is the understanding. I like to deal with common sense. So this is the understanding I'm getting. For non-blacks that are racist, right? So you're telling me that you don't like black people, and you're saying that black people are stupid, they dumb, they're monkeys, they're this, that, and so forth. But they're good enough for you to be entertained by them. That doesn't make sense to me. They're good enough for you to listen to their music. They're good enough for you to wear Michael Jordan shoes and stuff like that. Hey, Africa's bad. Ain't nothing but a bunch of, you know what I'm saying, kids in Africa with a bunch of flies flying around them, you know what I'm saying, and a bunch of pirates and people that just want to take all you get, all of what you got, because Africa's poor and they ain't got nothing. Well, why are you over there visiting? Why are you over there living there in South Africa? You East Indians and Europeans? Why are you all up in Africa? That bitch so bad. It don't make sense for black people. If you allow non-blacks, non-racist blacks that is, to pull a sheet over your face and blind you, they're gonna do it. Real talk. They're gonna do it. They're gonna sell you the lie. Real talk. And you'll be a fool to believe it, just like how you were a fool to believe. I swear, this is my word. I'm done. I gotta say this because I know it's gonna put a smile on your face. I met a guy that told me that he thought the pyramids were in Europe. That's where we're at in this day and time, where history has been whitewashed to the point where the average black person actually thought that the pyramids of Giza is in Europe. That's the first thing. And then the second thing, he thought that the Egyptians were all white. Now I'm just trying to understand this. And then I'm done. The first thing is this. There are no pyramids in Greece or Rome. There are none. So let me get this right. A bunch of racist ass people that don't like black people said to themselves, I'm not going to build a pyramid in my hometown. I'm going to build it in Africa where there's a bunch of black people that I don't like. But I know what y'all gonna say. Y'all gonna be on some shit like, well, you know, they had to do it because it had to be aligned with Orion's belt and this and that and so forth and blah, blah, blah. Where did they get science from? I could go on with this. Why is it that, and then I'm done. I swear this is my word. I'm done. Why is it that there are non-blacks, East Arabs, and Europeans digging up sarcophaguses in Egypt, trying to figure out how the Egyptians built the pyramid, what they ate, what they look like, how they dress, and all the rest of that shit? Well, if that's the case, you can't say that you're original Egyptians and original, you know what I'm saying, comedians, because you would know that. Aren't they your family members? Straight up, if you're the original Egyptians, if you were there, right? And you built the pyramids and all the rest of that stuff, why are you digging up your own family members? Why are you digging up your own family heirlooms? Straight up. And this is what we're doing nowadays? Like, I want to know what Elvis Presley wore. Straight up. I want to know how he lived. So I'm going to go to his grave and desecrate his shit and see what y'all have to say about that. Real talk. Matter of fact, I'm going to go even further. I'm going to take some of his body parts and put them in my museums around the world. Black people, wake up, man. It's okay. It's okay. I know you're a little drowsy. I know you're tired. Wake up, though. It's time to put that work in. Straight up. Sleeping giant needs to wake up.